Okay, hey y'all, I'm back in the same spot. Yeah, I'm in the same spot. I put the shirt on though, so you know I wouldn't just be on the pillow with my quarterback shoulders out. But I'm sorry, I was smoking. I'm dying. My chest still burning a little. But one of the biggest questions y'all keep asking me is what happened that caused me to get my niece and nephews. Now, I can only say so much. You know, I gotta use code names and words and stuff just in case. Because I ain't got time. I'm already ready to scrap. Like, I ain't got time for no extracurricular mess. So, yeah. I'm thirsty. I was about to drink some wine, but I'm gonna get a little too hype and riled up. So I'm gonna just drink this lemonade and, y'all, this is the best lemonade. The blueberry lemonade. Very good. Okay. So, I don't know really where to start because it's difficult. Okay, so like how I ended up getting my niece and nephews is, you know, the parents. She ended up a while back, she ended up admitting to me that she did something to them that she wasn't supposed to. It also so happens that she did it to me when I was a kid. That's when I was like, you know, from 5 to 7. And back then she was a teenager. So like I pretty much just like chopped it up and was like, okay. Like as I got older, I forgave her. As a dumbass, I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And honestly, no, I take that back. I'm not a dumbass. I'm not gonna say that I probably shouldn't have forgave her. I did, because I did that for me. I did it for myself so that I could feel better and move past it so it wouldn't keep eating at me. And yeah, so yeah, fuck her. But I forgave her for me. For me. Okay, let's get that clear. But yeah, so she basically, you know, like after that, when I got older, I'm like, okay, that was a one-time thing. You know, she was a teenager, she was going through some stuff. And I was just so happened to be there. And I was the punching bag. Like, that's what I feel like. I was the punching bag. But little did I know, it's going to be a backstory in order to lead up to the question. Because I don't want to confuse y'all. So, excuse me if I'm all over the place. But that's how it is in my head, okay? I can't help it. I'm sorry. Y'all going to have to get used to it. But, yeah, little did I know, as I grew up, I didn't think it was going to affect me like that, but it did. It definitely did. Like, I started getting into boys. Like, I lost my virginity when I was 13. I didn't even tell the boy that I was losing my virginity. Like, just did it. And, yep. So, like, after that, I was just lost. Like, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Like, and then in between it, you know, I done got R. I'm just going to say R. I ain't gonna finish the whole word because, you know, it's a sensitive word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. R. And yeah, so like that happened to me more when I was a teenager, and I was, you know, like very gullible, and like, so it was easy for people to put me in situations like that. And then I never told anybody. Like, when I did get R, I never told nobody. I just kept to myself and beat myself up. And I'm sorry, I hear something. But yeah, I just beat myself up. And then I started taking it out like on myself. Like I used to cut myself. I tried to overdose. I used to try to overdose on stupid stuff, y'all. I used to try to take a whole bunch of Tylenol pills. Like, I used to do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, what she did to me, it messed me up. And then it also opened up a gate for other people to do it. Because she also used to do it with other people to me. So, like, yeah, it messed me up so much mentally. But I was always that bubbly, happy person that everybody knew. But deep down inside, I felt like I was dying. Like, no cap, I felt like I was dying inside. But I didn't tell my dad until I was 13. But this was after I ran away with the girl. I don't claim her as a sibling no more because what she did, it's unforgivable. But yeah, like, I ran away with the girl. Daddy told him where I was at, and I got my ass beat, and I got put on punishment. And then in the middle of me being in punishment, he was asking me, like, why did I do certain stuff? And that's when I told him, about me getting touched as a kid. And yeah, like, from there, like, I mean, it did help a little bit that I finally opened up to him, because at that point, my mom, she was dead, so I couldn't say nothing to her. But I felt a little bit better. I ain't gonna say entirely, but a little bit. I ended up putting myself into therapy. This is gonna be a long video, so if you ain't got time to stay, then you gonna have to come back. But I ended up putting myself into therapy at school. I ain't tell nobody. I ain't tell my dad either. I used to go see a therapist and talk to her about my childhood and stuff. To kind of like work through it. And then that's when I started getting into choir and singing, cooking classes, and all that other good stuff. So yeah. Then though, I was still like into boys, but I didn't like nobody. Then when I went to school with, I only dated 2 people I went to school with. One of them ended up dying. Like, I was in 9th grade, he was in 12th. He ended up dying 9th grade year, and he lived a couple doors down from me too. But yeah, he ended up getting killed. And my little heart was broke. And it was one other guy that I dated 9th grade year. Yeah, it was 9th grade year. And he was a cheater. So me and the other girl he was cheating with confronted him. And I ain't never dated nobody in school ever again. Like, so when I was getting into boys, and there was only one other guy I did mess with that, like, I actually took it there with. Like, the 2 boyfriends I had, like, yeah, they was just little petty boyfriends. But the one I actually took it there with, like, yeah, that was a bad experience. It was just a very bad experience. I wasn't even experiencing. Didn't nobody even know then that I wasn't experiencing. I was just doing shit just to do it. Like, Lord. But I started getting into, like, guys that were older than me, because at that time, like, I've always been a real pretty girl. Like, I've been fat my whole life. So literally my whole life I've been fat. Literally my whole life. But, my face card is just like, it's so beautiful. So it was easy for me to, slide past stuff. Like, a lot of older guys like me, and I got their attention. And I never knew why. I think it's because I always carried myself as an older person, just because of the simple fact of I went through a lot of trauma as a child. So as I got older, like, I carried myself like I was an older person. And I was getting drinks on my own, no ID, nothing. Like, that's how bad I was. But yeah, I used to hang out with drug dealers and pimps, but they wasn't pimping me, and I wasn't. But I was always just that, that cute little fat girl that's just sit in the passenger seat and roll up. And yeah, like, people literally just liked for me to ride around with them just because I was cute in the face. Like, and the way that my confidence, when I say my confidence was at an all-time high when I was in high school, I ain't give a fuck. Nobody said. I had on some blue, purple, whatever color lipstick, and I ain't give a flying hell. Now, I don't know, my confidence is a little, it's there, but it ain't up there where it used to be. I'm trying to get back up there because them kids done sucked the life out of me. But yeah, so like back then, like, yeah, I was into sugar daddies and stuff. Sometimes I used to skip school because them sugar daddies be like, I want to go get you some clothes or some shoes, or I have some money for you. You want to go out to lunch? Like, it's the Arabics and stuff like that. So yeah, I had to give up poontang, but I still shouldn't have been talking to somebody that was older than me, period. Like, now I have a 5-year-old by a 50-year-old. My other two baby daddies, they closer to my age. But yeah, my oldest, his daddy, he's a senior. Um, but okay, anyway, let me hurry up and get to the point. But yeah, so like I grew up with a very fucked up life. What she did to me was fucked up. So, she was staying with me with her children at my old house before I moved out. This was, I want to say, because like me and her, we ain't never really like been that close. Like we was like this close, cause we got the same mama. We got different daddies, but our mama, we got the same mama. She died, so we always stayed like this close. We weren't this close, but we was like this close. And like yeah, it's like me growing up, I could always feel like when an energy was shifted or energy was off, or I always felt it. Like back then, I didn't know what the fuck this shit was. Now that I'm older and I'm actually ongoing in my spiritual journey and I actually understand everything now, like yeah, now, I be on it. But back then, I didn't know what the hell that feeling was. And I used to have like all types of stuff like used to happen to me. I used to go to sleep and I feel like, a witch was riding my back. Like I couldn't breathe. My mom used to have to circle the house with kosher salt, put garlic in the windows and stuff. Oh, I'm getting heebie-jeebies thinking about it. Nah, let me stop talking about it. But yeah, so like I've always been a very spiritual person, but I never acknowledged it until I want to say after I had my daughter, my first daughter in 2018. Yeah, after I had her, that's when I started, getting into spirituality and learning more about myself and distancing myself, practicing celibacy and all of that. So like, yeah, it's not that easy to pull something over my eyes. Like I can feel when there's some flake junk in the air. And it's like with her, it's like some stuff would just be like overly exaggerated. Or it's like she'll do some stuff for attention and I can tell. So it's like I never really like yeah, I loved her. I still love her. But, it ain't the same. But yeah, I love her, but like, yeah, I just can't. It don't matter who it is. Like if I feel like if the energy is off, I can't associate with you like that because and me inside is crazy. And I be acting all hee hee cool and bubbly and shit on the outside. But on the inside, when I have had my last straw, oh baby, and she know because we done had a couple tussles. When I've had my last straw, I turn into a motherfucker. I turn into the devil. Okay, you don't want to see that side of me. So like yeah, we just pretty much kept our distance from each other. Besides bringing the kids together or for a holiday, like it might be Thanksgiving, they might not cooked or something. So I'll cook and invite everybody over, stuff like that. So yeah, that was like pretty much it. So she really didn't want to ask to stay with me, but she did. And, like, I really didn't want her to stay with me. I didn't care about the kids staying with me. It was her because I knew her energy and then she be in the black magic and all the other stuff. I don't do that black magic junk. I can't. That shit gonna come back and bite you in the ass. It don't matter who you is. It's gonna bite you in the booty. And I ain't got time for that. I already got enough stuff going on in my life. My life been chaotic my whole life. I'm not about to go through that. Why would I put myself through that? So, yeah, like, I already didn't want to go down that road. She playing with that shit, and I can't do it. So I always had to, keep sage and junk around, like, and then when she, moved in, it was like, she was just acting real weird. Like, she wanted to stay in the living room. Now, remind you, I'm grown. Also, at that same time, I was still messing with my baby daddy at that point. I had just had a baby not too long before she, came and stayed with me. And so, like, if I wanted to have him over, if I wanted to have company, then I can't do that if you in my living room. It's 3 rooms. It's 3 rooms. I even cleaned out one of the other rooms for the other kids to stay in because it was 3 rooms. One of them used to be like, that's where I keep all of our clean clothes and stuff. Like I said, it was so much clothes I had to wash and stuff when I was pregnant. I couldn't go up and down the stairs. I was a high-risk pregnancy. So it was like I had to catch up on a whole bunch of stuff. So it was like a room full of clean clothes. I had to separate it. I was about to get ready to move and some more stuff. So like, yeah, it was just chaotic. But I ended up cleaning it out. So some of the kids sleep in there. But I had her sleeping upstairs with my oldest 2 and her kids. Her kids had a I gave them an air mattress and I gave them the futon mattress. I ended up throwing a futon thing out because I was about to move anyway, so I threw the whole thing out. But I gave them the futon mattress to sleep on and the air mattress. And my kids, they all had beds, so yeah. Everybody was upstairs in a room. It's a big room, so everybody was fine. But then she was always like, I don't want to go up there. I would rather just stay down here. I'm just like, and then on top of that, like, she don't like to wear clothes. I mean, I don't like to wear clothes either, but I pay the bills. The fuck? So it's like, it threw me off, especially with her being, doing what she did to me. I always felt weird being naked around her. So it's like, I don't want to see you naked either. Like, it always has felt weird to me. Like, I can walk around naked in front of my best friend, my kids, shit, my other sister. But it's like, around her, I just always felt uncomfortable. I wouldn't say nothing because, I didn't want to make it obvious. But I always felt uncomfortable. So whenever I had the chance, I would just go throw on some clothes. Like, I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. Like, oh my God. Like, no, I wouldn't do all that. But yeah, I always felt uncomfortable. And then, like, when she go to sleep, like, she'll might have on a gown or something. She'll roll over and her coochie and her booty will be all out and stuff. And what if I invite my baby daddy over? I ain't got time to be taking him through the side door. He was crazy too. So I ain't got time to be sneaking him through the side door. So I'm like, you sneak me through the side door? You must got another nigga here. I ain't got time for all that. So I'm like, no, baby, you got to go upstairs. Now, what if I don't watch my TV? I had a 55 or, yeah, it was a 55 inch in the living room. And one of my rooms is like a 40. So what if I wanted to watch TV on a big TV? It's already bad enough the kids were hogging the TV. So I'm like, no, baby, you got to go upstairs. So, y'all, this is where it's about to start getting crazy. I know y'all like, girl, it took you 16 minutes just to say all of this. I'm sorry, but I had to build up. So, while she was staying with me, she would always say stuff like she didn't want to come in my room because she would see shadows. Like, when she come in my room, this is how she be coming here. She was standing at the doorway, looking like a fucking fiend. Standing at the doorway, looking around at the top of the room and stuff. I was like, just come in. Because I was like, you want to smoke? Like, let's smoke. Girl, I'm not about to smoke with you while you standing in the fucking hallway. I got a whole room. The fuck you standing in the hallway for? And I always keep my room saged, baby, okay? My window be cracked, and I sage the fuck out that bitch every day, faithfully, when I lived in there. So, especially when she was there. Like, so she like, no, I'm okay. And she just looking around. I'm looking at her like, in my head, I'm like, bitch, you acting real fucking weird. And then I'm also like, if it is something in here, whatever is in here, bitch, it's after you. It ain't after me. And if it is for me, then it's my motherfucking ancestors protecting me from you. Because I know damn well, I don't be conjuring shit. I don't play like that. So, fast forward. Come to find out, she was actually, lighting candles on me, doing witchcraft, all types of stuff. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I found this out through other people. And the whole time, like, she just smiling in my face and everything else. Like, that shit, it was crazy. And all of this time, I had her up there in the room with my kids. I beat myself up about this every fucking day. When I say I think about this every day, I think about this every day. Not even just about my kids, about her kids too, because so much could have happened and I don't even know everything. Like, that's why I feel like it's my job to make sure that they is protected no matter what. Because one day she came to me. I'm not going to say exactly what she said because it's a little too graphic and I ain't got time to be getting blocked and all that other stuff. But one day she came to me and I ain't going to say which kids, but she admitted to touching one of her children inappropriately when they were a baby. And I was sitting in my dining room at the dining room table, and that's when she was standing there. Because, she like, I think that's why I got all of these demons on me. I think that's why. Yeah, that and you conjuring shit, playing with black magic. That's what I said in my head. I ain't say it out loud, though. Because, I'm a type of person. I know how to read the room and, act accordingly. So that's what I did. After she said that, because, normally, because you know how sister bond is. Like, even if they do something wrong, then you know that you still they ride or die. Because, bitch, that's your sister. The fuck? That's how I am about any of my family. But after that day, she stood there. I didn't say nothing. She stood there and told me she touched one of them inappropriately. And after that, I didn't know what to say. And then she gonna ask me, like, are you recording me so I can get sent to jail and the kids gonna get taken away? I was like, no. Who gonna do? Why would I do that? Who gonna watch your kids? So, like, I really wasn't recording her though. I wasn't. I'm like, who gonna take care of your kids? Like, I was laughing about it because, like, I didn't know how to take it. Like, you already did the shit to me when I was little. Like, what the fuck? How much more do you think? How much are you gonna do? Like, so yeah, I was in shock. I didn't say nothing. At that point, I started putting a plan together in my head on what I was gonna do. And eventually, I was gonna come forward about it, but I was gonna give it time because she ain't had nowhere to go. The kids ain't had nowhere to go. I was about to get ready to move, just had a baby, just got over postpartum depression and some more stuff. So, like, I was gonna give it time so I can prepare myself because I knew, like, at the end of the day, I don't give a flying hell if I'm broke. I'm gonna find a way to provide for them kids. I don't care. Just like I have been providing for all 8 of these kids. I ain't got no money, but I find a motherfucking way. I ain't sell no booty either, but I found a way, goddammit. Like, that's why I flip dinners. Every time I make money from flipping dinners, it goes straight to bills, straight to the kids. I don't care if I don't have nothing else. That's why I ain't on the bed right now. I don't care. I'll get all of my stuff out of storage when I can. That's how I feel. So at that moment, like, yeah, I had a plan, but that plan failed. Let me tell you why it failed. It failed because this bitch ended up coming to get me. Well, she invited her wife over. At the time, it was her wife. And Mia and my sibling went to the store, and I can't say too much because, yeah, confidentiality on this part for sure. But we went to the store, and her son her oldest got accused of doing something to somebody. And instead of her trying to break everything down and see what happened, she was more so, oh no, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. And yeah, so, like, it went left. And this is where she messed up. She ended up admitting to me what she admitting to her wife. The same thing that she admitted to me is doing to some of the kids. And I'm trying to say how I can say this without getting, too much trouble. But yeah, after that, the wife ain't know what the fuck to do. Like, she was about ready to blow this bitch shit back off the porch. And I was just sitting there like, whatever happens at this point, goddammit, bitch, because I still love you, but I gotta love you from a distance, ho. You on your own. Somebody try to fight you, you're on your own because you brought your... One thing I don't play about is the kids, okay? I don't care who kids, the sister kids, neighbor kids, goddamn stranger kids. I don't give a fuck. When it comes to some kids, I'm gonna make sure they good. Like, fuck. So, yeah, she messed up. Told her the same thing she told me. And also, I didn't mention she's diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was like 15, 16. Whole time, she had the wife thinking that I was the one in the mental institution after her mama died. Do it look like I was ever in a mental institution? I mean, y'all know I'm crazy, but come on now. Really? Whole time. Like, it's a whole nother backstory to that too, but I ain't gonna dig all into that right now. But yeah, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The wife ended up calling CPS, and she called the popo and told them that she wasn't taking her meds. And also because, yeah, My sibling also, she messed up when the police got there. She was all, yeah, I've been seeing shadows and nevertheless, and they said she was schizophrenic. She ain't schizophrenic, but at least I don't think she is. But that's what the police said. So they were like, okay, we're gonna take you to the crisis center. And yeah, so she ended up going to the crisis center. And after that, everything just broke. Everything just broke. Like, I ended up getting the kids. And while she was in the crisis center, like, I didn't know what to do still. Like, then, because, I was still trying to, like, kind of be there for her. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, yeah, we still share the same bloodline. So I was still trying to be there for her. But it's like after a while, after I found out so much stuff, she was doing witchcraft on me and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like I just stopped caring. So, that's how I got the kids. I don't know if I should go any further past this. I guess if y'all want a part 2, ask on TikTok or on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram down in the I ain't gonna give y'all my business Instagram. I'm gonna give y'all my old Instagram that I just be going on the scroll and stuff. I'm gonna give y'all that one. And yeah, put my TikTok down there. And my Facebook, just in case. Y'all not an Instagram or TikTok. But damn, fly move. But yeah, if y'all want a part 2, then let me know. Because there you go. That's the answer to y'all question. I ain't gonna go beyond my limits. I'm gonna save all of the other juicy stuff for later. All right, bye.